right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, it's game one here in the losers bracket between ELSR and 3X. One of these two teams is going to be moving on to play in the losers bracket final. They're going to be squaring off against KSM, who we just saw drop out of the winners bracket, having lost the winners bracket final to RESIN. Take a quick peek over the ELSR lineup, running 4 destroyers. Both teams running 4 destroyers on North. We're looking at Luger's Kleber, unique upgrade Kleber, Zath. How interesting. Quincy running Dazzle, Gun Reload, and Fearless Brawler. Ayase with a similar build, skipping out on Dazzle, opting for RPF. Triarch's Daring, also running RPF, but nothing else particularly of note. Backing them up, we have Nanase's San Martin, getting T-boned right now, running RPF and outnumbered. Hanawi's Stalingrad, I'm not sure why. Why would you take the 4-point AA mod, Zath? That's an odd choice on a Stalingrad to go without top grade gunner. And Rin's Salem, again, top grade gunner, concealment, and a bunch of other typical things. 2 battleships, Apex's St. Vincent, fairly standard survivability. A little bit of extra torpedo protection there, I like that. And then Perseus's HMS Perseus's Cristoforo Colombo, unique upgrade, and as much survivability as they can pack into the hull. Yep. We haven't seen a team on NA run one of these Kleber wolf packs, Seth. I'm going to be curious to see how that shakes out.
Nope, we have seen Marceau wolf packs, but I can't remember if Marceau was banned or not. Anyway.
Well, both teams doing it. Check it out.
No, yeah, Marceau was not banned. Okay, anyway.
Nope.
So Stalingrad, that 4-point A skill might be a recognition of the concern of Dutch ovens of Hounlu, Dutch airstrikes, but because Stalingrad, of course, gets defensive anti-air fire automatically. So
Yeah,
3X-WD to the south in red. We've got Junpei in a utility build daring with Dunkirk. 2 Crazy Eyes in San Martin, doing the San Martin thing of going on one side and being by himself. Lude Boy in the Montana with special American captain with the buffed upgrades and unique upgrade,
yes,
so he doesn't
indeed.
burn and or flood as long.
Yep.
Geo Brigade in a Stalingrad with range upgrade, taking the typical kind of position there that you do with the Soviet radar cruiser. Well done, X3's Colombo with unique upgrade, and what's his name, Sansonetti, that's the captain. Backfires in front of him with a Salem with radar, with one of the American commanders, and about to make contact is both Deathball destroyers. Bugfire now detected by the Marceaus, or sorry, by the Kleber in his Marceau. And then we've got Pastorsk and Scamano to finish up their builds.
So, ELSR doing something that we have seen them do previously. Running 1 Kleber with unique upgrade, which reduces the detection but nerfs the gun reload a little bit, and then pairing it up with 2 other Klebers that are of higher detection but retain all of the advantages of the main battery. So they run Quincy. I believe it's Quincy that had the fancy upgrade. No, it's Luger. So Luger is a slightly stealthier Kleber than typical, and they were using him to kind of detect things while the other 2 Klebers lurk and wait behind him and then try to ambush whoever they spot.
Yep. Interesting, a couple of them choosing not to bring a flag at the end there, so okay, whatever. Pastorsk, though, is in trouble-ish, caught kind of bow in. Bugfire trying to back into position to possibly luck chuck Torps up things. We got the Salem now trying to get in position. Now this Salem's got radar. Salem can only choose radar or hydro. Hood and I usually talk about we prefer hydro on Salem because the radar, 1, doesn't have the range, and 2, doesn't have the duration of like a Des Moines.
Feels like this entire game is going to be decided on the 10 lines. Look at ELSR. More than half their team in the same square along the 10 line.
Well, I'm going to take a screenshot of this right now because it almost feels like if you've seen those like funny moments where it's like somebody's behind a pole, like a bunch of people are behind a pole and they're trying to dodge like incoming shots and bullets or whatever, and they just kind of move around behind that. But that's what we just saw, like everybody behind the island like it's a pole.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. It definitely some odd, I mean, We keep seeing teams just spend everything on this position. I'm a little baffled, but here we are.
Yeah. Yep. Watch Geo Brigades, Stalingrad, Triarch, and the Daring looking to back up and just single fire. And Geo knows this is coming.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he's going to let him get away with it, but it's going to happen.
Not much he can do about it. He was already put in a position there. He was already told, go here, or just did it himself. And that's going to be our first blood for ELSR right off the bat. Brilliant play by Triarch.
Nicely done. Textbook execution.
Geo survived 5 minutes and 10 seconds in this battle. Skamono, sorry, on fire. DCP is available, choosing not to use it just yet.
I will say that ELSR's Kleber's feel like they've traded better than 3X's French destroyers on this flank.
I get the feeling as well.
Oh! St. Vincent speaks and Salem collapses, but I think the same thing may be about to happen to Rin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, here comes the SAP right down the nose. Ooh, Rin weathers that salvo.
Yeah, that was not so bad.
Tricky is there's still a whole lot of incoming fire looking for Rin. Next heal's over 25 seconds away.
Yeah, the big thing though is look at well done. X3 moving his Columbo. He's sensing the cross torps, but he's gonna dodge into one of them.
Yeah, he's gonna take it.
Nope.
Nope.
All
they
skill
run out
no
of
luck.
gas. Run out of gas right at the last second. They are gonna kill Rin, I think, before the heal comes up. Here it comes. There it is.
Yep. But he did his job, right? He tanked an awful lot of fire for his Kleber friends.
Quincy working on the cap, the 10 line of Bloodbath. Have a look at A. Junpei and Crazy Eyes going to grab A on behalf of 3X. Nanase Sen Martin not really in a position to do anything about this with the radar offline, although it's about to come back.
That's
the
result of having Triarch play on the other side of the map at the start, and you can see he's just walking into C now because he knows there's nothing there to stop him. So
there's nothing there to stop him now. 3X kind of put... Go.
Oh. All right, 3X-WD, both their Klebers quite low right now as they try to get out of E. Go ahead now.
I say Pastor getting spotted on the surface, getting dunked a little bit. Skamono now opening up as well. I was gonna say 3X feels like they kind of put all of their eggs into the 10-line basket and they got stuffed, right? They're not gonna make it out of here. It feels a little bit like what we saw yesterday on Land of Fire. I forget the exact match that it was. I'd have to go back and check. I think it was Epoxy and Buenos Noches right at the very beginning of the day, as I recall. Epoxy just coming in and just stuffing BN's play at Land of Fire. Now, this is not quite that, but it feels a little bit like that.
Yep. So, now for those of you guys who are new to seeing ELSR play, this is their hallmark. This is one of their hallmark strategies. This is what they exploded onto the NA scene with, 2 years ago? And kind of totally mixed up comps and everything for a lot of the other, common name teams for NA.
I gotta say, go ahead.
When you know you're facing them, I'm really surprised 3X-WD did not ban Kleber and Marceau to prevent them from using that strategy.
I gotta give props to Junpei. I mean, 3X I think is gonna lose this game at this point, but watching him kind of bow tank and go in on this San Martin shows an amazing amount of knowledge and understanding of how to play both daring and how to fight against an AP only cruiser.
Yep, they're working it up there, and they have to. They know they have to. They got no choice. But look at the mini map. Look at, I mean, it's funny, right? Triarch gets the kill, grabs D, just walks over to C, and now he's just walking on over to B.
He's just gonna casually walk right into B, and they pretty much can do nothing about it. I mean, as soon as Skamono and Pastor get spotted again, they're dead. Anywhere from 1 to 3 salvos will knock either one of them off the board.
And you can see, and this is something that we also rarely see on randoms, we've got the Klebers fanning out to basically deny area of map that 3X-WD's Klebers can hide in. I like the boldness of Ayase just saying, I'm just going to sit here and shoot you in the open, in a clay bear. What are you going to do about it? Oh, that's what he's going to do about it. Took Lewd Boy's attention away from the potential of that Columbo.
Shell's going in on Pastor. They bag that kill. And there you go. 25 seconds away, and ELSR will pick up game 1 here very decisively. Their Kleber Wolfpack doing what it does. I mean, if you've seen them execute that strategy before, you kind of have an idea of what you're looking at.
Worthy of note, their San Martin is still alive all the way up on the border.
That is impressive. Like, crazy. I mean, are you talking about Nanase? Nanase. Yep. Yeah, like well done to both San Martins, but it's kind of a little bit of a slap fight, right? You're just throwing AP at each other.
You got it.
Too funny. Well, we're 1-0 ELSR here in the losers bracket. Let's make a couple of updates and hit that button. And there we go. Bedster's been in my chat dropping links.
Yeah.
Classic pulled a link to the old King of the Sea 9 results. Let me go pull this up. And then he found a YouTube link, footage of 07 hitting Tora with the Stalingrad wall and just running them over. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go watch that.
I remember when the Wall of Stalin was a thing. I remember that. Matter of fact, one time I was streaming, this is back when I was like relatively new, but I added some music because I thought people would like the music and stuff, and I was blasting Soviet national anthem, you know, Sayulski, like as you know, as we switch over to it, because it just sounded perfect, right? You've got Stalin, Kremlin, Stalin, Kremlin, you know, and it's like, okay.
See what I can find. Let me see if I can find that same. They pulled the article. Classic found a link to it on EU. I'm going to look on the NA side and see if I can find that article. The EU article has links to old YouTube videos that should be the whole stream, but it doesn't seem to want to come up. I know that Wargaming has gone through at some point, and their old Twitch VODs that are gone now, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Whereas the CIS guys did their cast on YouTube. That's still available.
Right.
I might have to go look on their old YouTube channel and see if it's still there. Let me go look. Because even in that era, they would stream to both. Ships. So let's see if let's go do a quick search for King of the Sea 9 over here. I can spell. King of the Sea. Yes, I have it. I have the entire King of the Sea NA EU clash right here.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna put this link in chat.
Share it with me too. I can post it in mine.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
There we go. Okay, and I'll send it to you on Discord, which is this window here, like so. There you go.
That's COTS 9.
Yep, King of the Sea 9, many moons ago. Now I want to watch this, but I can't because I'm streaming. What I remember lightly about this, if I go back and let me see, this King of the Sea 9 would have been 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This would have been fall of 19, October of 19. This was another one they did out of the Prague office, I think. And I remember this was when they brought Flamu in to do casts, and I remember memory serves, he's like absolutely just gutted, right? Because EU just gets their face smashed in.
Yep.
All right. Hey Zath, that turn was quick. It's time for game 2.
Yep. I just canceled my ad timer. I'm not going to worry about that this one.
I'm gonna try and catch that over here as we get into this game.
Yep.
All right, we gotta swap the spawns. Let's go. Talk to me about Team Green, Zath.
All right, here we go. ELSR 3X-WD. ELSR up 1 in our best of 3. 3X-WD Bringing with them Alvaro de Bazan, all your typical gun build. Junpei is now in a Harugumo 420 Blaze It, without the special Japanese commander. Bugfire in a Kleber, choosing to leave 2 flags at home, seeing what ELSR did to them with 1 flag off the ship. He's like, I'll do it with 2.
Unique
Backfire.
upgrade, Kleber.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. Backfire with the unique upgrade in his Des Moines. That's also with the special captain. Geo Brigade in range build Stalingrad. Pastursk in a reload build Stalingrad. Skimono in a San Martin. Usual stuff and fixins. And for battleships, we've got Loot Boys Montana. American stuff, and also that unique upgrade. And well done X3 this time. No, he was in Colombo last time too, if I remember right, with unique upgrade. And Cincinnati.
Yes.
What do we have to the south? Have to get this quick,
Lude,
I think.
Yeah, Lude hasn't moved. Keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Hey, look, it's a Kleber Wolfpack. Actually, it's a 5 Kleber lineup here for ELSR.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe 3X made a mistake by not banning this ship. I guess we'll find out. Ayase is a very standard, typical build Kleber, run into mid. We're looking at Luger, Rin, and Quincy running a similar setup as they did last time. Luger running the unique upgrade, playing the spotter out in front of his buddies, which are right behind him. Give me just a moment. I need to push that button. There we go. Okay. Last Kleber is Triarch, headed over to the decap in a fairly standard build of his own. Backed up by double cruiser, I've got Nanase's Stalingrad, range and top grade gunner, and Hanawe's Stalingrad, reload and top grade gunner.
Yep.
2 battleships, Perseus and a Kremlin, typical survivability kind of build there. And as we head to the right, we're looking at Apex's Schlieffen in a very heavy secondary build. My suspicion, Zath, is they're going to set the Stalin and the Schlieffen up at D to kind of receive a push. I'm not sure, though. We're going to have to see.
We've seen ELSR do that before. They've used their Schlieffen as a kiting away ship. Here's first contact over at A. Luger already in trouble. Bugfire in more trouble.
Yeah, Bugfire's in about a 4-on-1 here with the Stalingrad pitching in. But Bugfire gets away. He's dark again already. The Alvaro de Pasan is Crazy Eyes. He's not going to be quite so lucky. He will take some additional damage.
Yep. Zan is great for finishing off destroyers that are at half health or lower. That use of that funny button. And also you've got the fuel smoke. They can relocate from one place to the next.
Speaking of smoke, Junpei's Harugumo doing the thing. Driving Backfire's Des Moines right up to this cap. So the Kleber Wolfpack not able to convert the cap.
No, but part of that could be due to Ayase taking the Kleber to B cap, figuring it's probably wide open, and being correct with that assumption.
Yep, being 100% correct. So not able to convert A, but grabbing B and D and certainly building that early points lead here in this 4-cap configuration of Land of Fire.
And at this point, everybody has been spotted except for Backfire's Des Moines. Come on, they know he's in there. And Skimono San Martin. So at this point, I get the feeling that Triarch and Ayase, along with Denase and Captain Caesar, are going to push at sea. What's going to stop them over here?
Probably nothing.
Yep.
Probably nothing. And I guess that's one of the nice advantages of taking the Schlieffen in this instance, right? Is you can push, it's a flex. You can push with it against certain team compositions, or you turn it around and you position it, you hold it at that in that 10 to 11 kilometer range from the guys that are pushing you, and off you go.
Yep. Bugfire caught on radar from the Stalingrad. Finally goes dark. Luger, though, taking quite a bit of hits as well. 3X-WD says, okay, you got that last one from us, but we're not going to get it to you so easy this time around, as Junpei might take a torpedo.
Luger's still lit in there. More shells continuing to fall. He's finally dark. It looks like he's going to ease away with his last 1,300 hit points barely intact.
Now, he wasn't using his DCP, and then all of a sudden he was. I think he got set on fire, but the speed at which he DCP'd probably only had him flash one little millisecond, and that was it. Probably smashing that R button just in case. Very smart
Look
play
at
there.
look at Triarch's Ath,
Oh,
able
yeah.
to grab D and then speed immediately into C, keeps Skimono from capping, and now he's going to grab it himself. They've literally pulled two of the Kleber's completely over to this flank.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's the thing with competitive play, especially, you play clan battles, you see it too. You need an overwhelming firepower advantage to really win a flank. One-on-one, two, like one extra ship isn't usually enough. So you hold with 2 or 3, and then you dump everything else someplace else. And that's exactly what ELSR is doing. And you can see that 3X-WD is also trying to rotate from their push over at A, sensing the same thing.
5.5 minutes gone. It's a 200-point lead and growing for ELSR. Their early cap advantage doing them well here. It's taken a hot minute, but 3X has finally managed to grab A after fighting over it for several minutes.
Right. Geo Brigade now probably the focus target for ELSR, as we can see 3 Kleber's all chiming in on the fun. And I'm sure Captain C, yeah, he's looking. Just when Geo thought it was safe to duck behind the island, here comes broadside leafin shells. Do nothing. Sad.
Not as impactful as we want, but it may be the secondaries that make the difference here, because Geo's already burning in at least one spot, if not 2, and the secondaries are going to make that worse.
And if he doesn't burn out and he gets to face a Kremlin, congratulations.
Indeed. Speaking of which, here comes the Kremlin shells.
Open up.
Decent. Certainly nothing to complain about.
Now, Kremlin, or Stalingrad, if you look at the armor viewer, there is an icebreaker bow of 50mm at the bottom half. So battleship players typically will try to aim for the upper part of the bow, and that's exactly where that shell penned from the Kremlin.
Yep, they're going to get Geo here. No, he's going to hold it on 600 HP until this salvo from the Kremlin lands.
Oh, yeah, and that'll be a superstructure shot because you just need one little overpen.
Just need a little bit of overpen damage to the superstructure, and first blood goes to ELSR here on about a 340-point lead.
Mm-hmm. Now, Skimono, San Martin, it's going to be interesting to see what he tries to make happen. But how about we take a look at Rin, as he's just going to come out and dumpster Lewd Boy, I think.
I mean, if you trade at this point, if they trade,
he's going to turn in front of the torps.
Pretty good shape.
Bad idea.
Oh, yeah. They saw this play coming. Lewd Boy survives on 400 HP with his next heal over a minute away.
Right in front of a Kremlin.
Breeze. Yeah, a stiff breeze will knock him off the board, but it's going to be the Kremlin HE shells coming in right here. They're going to seal the deal.
That's right.
Having reacted away from A, Quincy ducks back into the caps, going to draw some Columbo fire.
Crazy Eyes goes down.
Was he in smoke?
Yes.
He was.
Yes, but they knew he was that low.
Yeah.
French radar.
Ah, they just kept fishing. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're not... Well, guys, welcome to King of the Sea 17. If you're not familiar with seeing ELSR execute these kinds of strategies, then it means you probably haven't seen them play in the last couple of years. They definitely have been running these Kleber Wolfpack things for a while. We've seen them do it at the international level. We've seen them do it on an A. It doesn't work on every map, right? This is not a strategy that you can just spam and it works for you on every map. But they absolutely have it honed on certain maps, and it works very well for them. They have great players who execute it well.
Now, notice how Quincy left that corner at A and put the Stalingrad in. Why? Because they can see the smoke train coming.
Mm-hmm.
And they can see the Des Moines up there, so they know they're like, well, we're not gonna keep a ship out there. And he's looking at well done X3's Colombo right now.
Junpei just got dunked by the Kremlin.
Yep.
Like he took like 7,000-8,000 there just out of the AP.
Yep. So Quincy's like, all right, well, never mind dumpstering a battleship. I'm just gonna go and help kill the destroyer so we can win the game.
Yep. Looks like he's going to get there too. Junpei's not going to be able to go dark. You see the Stalingrad radar coming up to make sure the radar is active, and Junpei never gets the opportunity to go dark. And yeah, he's dark now because he's dead.
Permadark.
Very
And
much
backfire.
permadark.
Backfire with the Des Moines trying to make something happen with his radar. Nah. Or his Hydro, I'm sorry. His radar's down. But well done, X3. As soon as he saw Quincy, he immediately started turning the Columbo. He's like, nope, not letting you do that to me. Doesn't really matter, though, with 40 seconds to go.
No, the ELSR is going to sweep this series, Zaf. They're going to go right back into the losers bracket final. You know, we said it on stream yesterday when they fell into the losers bracket that they've fought their way back through the losers bracket into the grand final before. It would not be a shock to see them do it again, and they are well on their way.
8 seconds. And that's game.
So it is. So our losers bracket final is now set, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be seeing ELSR square off against KSM here in probably a few moments. I'm guessing probably about 15 to 20 minutes. Hopefully they won't make us wait the full hour or whatever it is until the game is scheduled.
We shall see.
Ugh, that would be exhausting. Please don't do that. All right. Well, congrats to ELSR. They look really good today. Like, that's going to be a tough team to beat. I dare to say it, but man, if KSM can't afford another game like